Intense, immersive, brutal. 3 words that describe first-person gameplay, and today I want to explore a collection of mods that will further enhance your Skyrim first-person playing experience. Jumping straight in, we have the ever-immersive Improved Camera mod, which is designed to improve your first-person playing experience. This mod contains several new features, including the ability to see your whole body in first person, as well as allowing you to perform any action that used to force you into third person, now being performed in first person. For example, riding a horse used to force you into third person, but with this mod, your view will stay in first person as you physically sit on your horse. This will greatly add to the immersion of playing in first person, letting you really roleplay as your character. It also comes with a very versatile in-game interface, opened by pressing Shift Home, where you can edit many different settings, and one setting I suggest changing is your first person field of view. This one setting will greatly improve first person, allowing you to actually see what's going on. Overall, this mod is fantastic and will single-handedly make first person 10 times more immersive. Another mod designed to increase your immersion is called First Person Interactions, which will add player animations to certain first person actions. For example, picking up items, lockpicking, looting, and many more. Again, this mod makes it feel like you are really interacting with the world and is great for role-playing in first person. Compatibility-wise, it doesn't work perfectly with improved camera yet, but does work with your weapons drawn and is still worth a download in my opinion. To finish off the immersion mods, we have a very small addition called Camera Noise. This mod adds a natural camera movement designed to replicate your character's breathing or slight head movements. It is very subtle and customizable, so you can have as much or less movement as you want, but adds a nice layer of immersion to your first person playing experience. Moving on to some combat mods, and we can't go past the extremely popular Precision, which at the forefront will completely overhaul the in-game hitboxes to be more accurate and allow for better collisions in combat. Specifically, this fixes the reach of a lot of weapons, so you can't just wildly swing your weapon and expect to hit your target. On top of that, this mod includes many other features including sweep attacks, so you can hit more than one target with each of your weapon swings. Hit stop and camera shake, which add impact to your attacks by either slowing time or giving the camera a subtle shake. Hit reactions, so your enemies react when getting hit by your weapon, as well as smaller features such as weapon trails and recoil when hitting a solid object. On top of all that, all these features can be adjusted or completely disabled in an extensive MCM, giving you full control of your combat gameplay. The other very popular combat mod is called Valhalla Combat, which changes how stamina works in Skyrim by making your light attacks cost stamina. However, if your attack connects with its target, you will gain stamina instead. This is designed to make combat more fast-paced, where you can regenerate your stamina fairly quickly, but will penalize you if you miss. If you do deplete all your stamina, you will enter a state of exhaustion, making you more vulnerable. The other main feature of this mod is timed blocking, allowing you to perform a timed or perfect block to stagger your opponent and replenish your stamina. This can be very strong, but relies on quick reflexes and offers a chance for you to exploit your opponent in combat. You can also block projectiles, and if timed perfectly, deflect the projectile back at the sender. Again, this can be very powerful, but also very satisfying when timed perfectly. This mod also comes with an extensive MCM, where you can edit or disable almost all of these features. So if you find yourself becoming exhausted more often than not, you can make the stamina system more forgiving. Altogether, this mod redesigns how combat works for a more fast-paced and risk-reward playstyle for both you and your enemies. Next are some mods that solely change how blocking and parrying works in Skyrim, starting with the mod called Parrying RPG, which adds a touch of randomness to your combat. Essentially, if both you and your enemy swing your weapon at the same time, your weapons clash mid-swing and create a weapon bounce or recoil effect. This effect is totally random and relies on both characters attacking at the same time. There is also the possibility that whoever has the heavier weapon will power through and complete their attack. Overall, it's a great mod that adds a touch of uniqueness to your combat encounters. Then we have a very simple mod called Wider Block Angle, which simply extends the cone of your block when in combat by 2.5 times, or you can change it to whatever you like. This is really just a quality of life change that makes fighting multiple enemies more consistent and less frustrating. And the other very simple block mod is called Dual Wield Parrying. When dual wielding, you probably notice that you can't perform a block. This mod simply adds a simple hotkey that you can bind to perform a block when dual wielding. Again, another simple quality of life mod to improve your gameplay. Now let's take a look at some animations, and for this section we will be using the two mods called Comprehensive First Person Animation Overhaul and Modern First Person Animation Overhaul. Both of these mods completely overhaul your first person combat animations, so you might be wondering why use them together. Well, they both come with very selective installation foam mods, so you can pick and choose exactly which weapon animations you want and which ones you don't. For example, I like the two-handed and magic animations from the Comprehensive Overhaul, but I prefer the bow animation from the Modern Overhaul. The choice is totally yours, so I recommend trying each one out and picking your favorites. There are also optional movement animations that will move your arms around as you run and jump. They also both work great with the Precision mod and will revitalize your love for first-person gameplay. Now to the last section of this video that will add a touch of flair to your combat, and the first mod in this section is called Dynamic Impact / Effects, which adds particle effects to your weapon swings when you land an attack. The effect changes depending on what actor you are targeting. For example, human enemies will spew blood, Draga will produce a cloud of dust, metal enemies such as Dwemer creations will produce sparks, and bugs or spiders will spit out a green sludge. This makes combat feel more brutal, as if your attacks are really slicing through your enemy. To make combat even more brutal, we have the new mod called Simple Beheading NG, which will give you a chance to behead your enemy with a killing blow. Previously in Skyrim, you could only topple the crown of your enemies with a scripted kill move, but now with this mod, if you strike near the head or neck, when your enemy dies there is a chance their head will go flying off into the distance. You can even decapitate dead bodies lying on the ground if you wish. Ultimately, this mod provides a touch of brutal reality to combat, giving you the opportunity to finish with a flourish. It also comes with an INI file, which allows you to configure different settings such as the chance to get a decapitation, which weapons will work, and whether wearing a full face or heavy armor helmet will prevent a beheading. All in all, it's a fantastic little mod that will give you many explosive endings. And lastly is a little hidden gem of a mod called Cinematic Kills Plus, which gives you fully customizable cinematic on-death effects such as slow motion, blur, and a push effect. This is all done through an MCM, so you can change the settings to exactly how you like, and even though it works both in third person and first person, it is significantly better and more intense when used in first person, and will give your combat that stylish and cinematic flair you've always been looking for. Highly recommended you check this one out. And that's it for my collection of Skyrim mods that not only make first person more immersive, but enhance the intensity of combat as well, so now you can enjoy Skyrim how it was always meant to be experienced. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and as always have a great day and happy modding everyone.